Hello, my friends. Abdul-Baha and Jacqueline Claire. Welcome back to the study along of the Advent of Divine Justice. If you are tuning in for the first time, linked below, you will find the first video in this series that explains what this is and why I'm doing it and the scope of it. And you will also find links to read along if you don't have your own copy. So we are almost done. Can you believe it? I will be diving into paragraph 115. We are still part of this large section of this letter/book where Shoghi Effendi, the guardian of the Baha'i faith, is quoting one passage of Baha'u'llah after the other. 115. I swear by the one true God, this is the day of those who have detached themselves from all but him. I'm sorry. Yes, him, have detached themselves from all but him, the day of those who have recognized his unity, the day whereon God createth with the hands of his power divine beings and imperishable essences, every one of whom will cast the world and all that is therein behind him, and will wax so steadfast in the cause of God that every wise and understanding heart will marvel. There lay concealed within the holy veil, and prepared for the service of God, a company of his chosen ones, who shall be manifested unto men, who shall aid his cause, who shall be afraid of no one, though the entire human race rise up and war against them. These are the ones who, before the gaze of the dwellers on earth and the denizens of heaven, shall arise, and shouting aloud proclaim the name of the Almighty, and summon the children of men to the path of God, the all-glorious, the all-praised. Will this be you? The day is approaching when God will have, by an act of his will, raised up a race of men, the nature of which is inscrutable to all save God, the all-powerful, the self-subsisting. He will ere long out of the bosom of power draw forth the hands of ascendancy and might, hands who will arise to win victory for this youth, and who will purge mankind from the defilement of the outcast and the ungodly. These hands will gird up their loins to champion the faith of God, and will in my name, the self-subsistent, the mighty, subdue the peoples and kindreds of the earth. They will enter the cities and will inspire with fear the hearts of all their inhabitants. Such are the evidences of the might of God. How fearful, how vehement is his might. Well, so now we are back to the words of Shoghi Effendi in paragraph 116. One more word in conclusion. Among some of the most momentous and thought-provoking pronouncements ever made by Abdul-Baha in the course of his epoch-making travels in the North American continent are the following. This is Abdul-Baha. May this American democracy be the first nation to establish the foundation of international agreement. May it be the first nation to proclaim the unity of mankind. May it be the first to unfurl the standard of the most great peace. And again, please remember this, friends. Please remember this. The American people are indeed worthy of being the first to build the tabernacle of the great peace and proclaim the oneness of mankind. For America hath developed powers and capacities greater and more wonderful than other nations. The American nation is equipped and empowered to accomplish that which will adorn the pages of history, to become the envy of the world and be blessed in both the East and the West for the triumph of its people. The American continent gives signs and evidences of very great advancement. Its future is even more promising, for its influence and illumination are far-reaching. It will lead all nations spiritually. So that is Abdul-Baha. You know, it's so beautiful because Shoghi Effendi in here is very hard on America. There are a lot of things that he addresses with frankness and intensity. But I find it so beautiful and empowering to remember the destiny of this country, both what the American Baha'i community has accomplished thus far, but as I understand this and interpret this, there is more spiritual advancement and illumination for this country, and it just gives me a lot of hope and empowerment. And personally, this is personal vlog Jackie talking. Sometimes as we address what we need to work on as individuals, as a family, as a human family, as a nation, we get so hard on ourselves that it can sap a sense of hope. I guess that's how I feel and why I'm so touched by this reminder that we have tremendous capacity. And yes, there's a lot of work to be done and a lot to heal, and etc. But says that America will lead all nations spiritually. I guess I'm just a Texas girl at heart. All right. Back to Shoghi Effendi, paragraph 117. The creative energies mysteriously generated by the first stirrings of the embryonic world order of Baha'u'llah have, as soon as released within a nation, destined to become its cradle and champion, endowed that nation with the worthiness and invested it with the powers and capacities and equipped it spiritually to play the part foreshadowed in these prophetic words. That's really interesting. Okay, the creative energies mysteriously generated by the first stirrings of the embryonic world order of Baha'u'llah have, as soon as released within a nation destined to become its cradle and champion, endowed that nation with the worthiness. So we're not inherently worthy as a nation. We have been endowed with this worthiness from the first stirrings of the embryonic world order of Baha'u'llah, and equipped it spiritually. So we are equipped spiritually for this great task. No excuses. To play the part foreshadowed in these prophetic words. The potencies which this God-given mission has infused into its people are, on the one hand, beginning to be manifested through the conscious efforts and the nationwide accomplishments in both teaching and administrative spheres of Baha'i activity of the organized community of the followers of Baha'u'llah in the North American continent. These same potencies, apart from, yet collateral with these efforts and accomplishments, are, on the other hand, insensibly shaping, under the impact of the world political and economic forces, the destiny of that nation and are influencing the lives and actions of both its government and its people. Dear friends, I will conclude there with paragraph 117. My brothers and sisters, I love you so much. I'm so excited to be on this planet with you at this time. Thank you for studying with me. Please remember to like this video. It will help other people find it. And subscribe to this channel. Every Wednesday you get a new reading installment. And I also have links below to my Patreon if you would like to become an inside part of the videos, the artwork, and the spiritual storytelling and art tours that I do. I would love to invite you in. Patreon levels start at just $1 a month. So it's a really cool way to be even more a part of all of these things that I'm creating in the world. So just check it out. It'll explain itself. All right, you guys, have an amazing week. Bye-bye.